There's an old magical tree hidden far away from the city. Only the members of the Coven know the right spell to reveal its secrets. This is where the psychic witches live. Most of them like spending their time on research as they're very passionate in their quest for knowledge. Feeding the mind is a priority for these witches since it is their main source of power. Mind-related spells and divination are what they excel at more than anything else, but they're not keen on using their magic to control other people, even if they totally could. Amber, for example, works in the city as a tarot reader. She's turned 18, and she's one of the youngest witches, so her main purpose is to serve and help with their finances. She hasn't even been initiated yet, but her time has nearly come. Initiations are organized by the High Priests. In this case, it's Zeno and Electra we're talking about. They're married and they founded the Coven together. He's a few years younger than her, and maybe not the devoted husband Electra thinks he is. There's been a little turmoil in the Coven. A new addition to the family, and also a terrible loss. The number 13 represents the lunar calendar, and thus is a symbol of wholeness. For this very reason, every coven must have 13 members, otherwise it's deemed weak and incomplete. When Dorothea, one of the eldest and most valuable witches of the coven, suddenly disappeared without a trace, she was promptly replaced by Sophie. She's only 9, but very smart for her age. Of course, no one knows what happened to Dorothea. Some think she was taken by the hunters, while others believe she decided to leave. Amber tries not to dwell on the issue. She's got too much on her mind already.
On a brighter note, let's see how the elemental witches of Willow Creek are doing. Oh, there they are, being cute and adorable as usual. Now, this is a place I'd like to spend my summer vacations. As opposed to the psychics, elemental witches don't have a lot on their mind, or at least they choose not to think too much. They are all about following their heart. Isn't that just lovely? Their magic stems from their connection to nature and to all things living. This is why they like gardening and taking long strolls in the woods. Empathy is what they value the most. They are also great healers. Genevieve, the High Priestess of the Coven, is one of the greatest healers known to Simkind. And Baptiste, the High Priest, well, he's just a jolly good fellow. Really. Look at him. Lately, they've been busy organizing Josephine's trip. She's also going to be initiated very soon, just like our old pal Amber. What a bizarre coincidence, isn't it? Yeah, I bet it is. Everything needs to be perfect after the disaster that Balzac's initiation has been. And Genevieve is just so happy for Josephine. Look at her. Look how happy she is. As I said, elemental witches don't generally have a lot on their mind. Or do they?
Speaking of people who don't have a lot on their mind, these witches are completely out of it. Led by two high priestesses, Saoirse and Elise, the Dianic witches of Brindleton Bay are the craziest and most badass witches you will ever meet. Famous for their skills in hand-to-hand combat, these ladies hate offensive spells and only use magic to strengthen their own bodies. And did anyone notice the fact that I called them ladies? That's right, this is an all-female coven. In fact, the presence of men is severely forbidden. They are basically marked as public enemy number 1, and any witch who dares to bond with any of them is at risk of permanent ban. Offensive spells are regarded as a perpetration of toxic masculinity, and therefore also banned. Elise, who sometimes acts as more of a tyrant than a leader, always makes sure that all the members never disobey her, especially when it comes to Ivana. You guessed it, she's about to be initiated as well. In a few days, she will take her first steps in this dangerous, male-infested world, and Elise is not yet sure if the girl's judgment is to be trusted. Rhiannon, aka Ivana's girlfriend, is also a little freaked out. Kelly, on the other hand, can't wait for her to leave. This might be her occasion to finally snatch her place. But what has Ivana got to say in all of this? Is she really okay with her coven's teachings? Or is she starting to doubt everything?
Let's turn off the lights for our last coven. They like it when it's dark. In fact, they like it so much they decided to hide their lair underneath the ground of this old abandoned graveyard. Cue the cheery music, am I right? Well, I guess necromancy is not something to cheer about. Elsa, the High Priestess of the Coven, knows this far too well. You will never ever catch a smile on her face, and for good reasons. Not everyone is okay with the Coven's dark use of magic. Necromancy and black magic are highly frowned upon by most of the other Covens. And so, the Necromancers of Forgotten Hollow have found themselves alone in more than one circumstance. But it's not the other Covens that Elsa is worried about. It's the Hunters. Especially after what happened to Victor, one of the Coven's brightest students. Siegfried, Elsa's husband and High Priest of the Coven, is the only one who can contain her sudden bursts of rage, which are only made worse by the idea of Katja's departure. At this point, there's no need to tell you where Katja's going. Her initiation is a source of great hope, and also great worry. They can't afford to lose someone else. Elias, Katja's best friend, can't afford to lose someone else. Victor's loss is the elephant in the room that weighs on everyone's back. It's ironic how these witches, who are so accustomed to interacting with the dead, can't seem to lay this one ghost to rest.
Early this morning, when you knocked upon my door,